You don't notice it at first. That's how it always begins. Not with a loud sacrifice, not with a dramatic moment, but with something small, almost invisible. A canceled plan. A quiet, "it's fine, I don't mind." A part of you that steps back just a little, and you tell yourself this is love. In the beginning, you were someone. You had your own rhythm, your own opinions, your own world. You liked what you liked. You went where you wanted. You spoke without rehearsing every word in your head. There was a kind of freedom in you, raw, unfiltered, alive. Then she walked into your life, and everything felt better, more meaningful, more exciting, more alive than it had ever been. And that's where it starts, because love doesn't erase you all at once. It does it slowly. So slowly that you think you're becoming a better man. At first you adjust, not change, just adjust. You start texting her more. You check your phone a little more often. You think about what she would like, what would make her happy. You choose her favorite place over yours, her music over yours, her comfort over your truth. And it feels good. 'Cause in those moments, you're not losing yourself. You're giving yourself, and giving feels like love. But here's the truth nobody tells you. When giving becomes your identity, you stop existing outside of it. You begin to filter yourself. Before you say something, you think, will she like this? Before you act, you think, will this upset her? You laugh less freely. You speak less honestly. You start editing parts of your personality. Not because she asks you to, but because you want to keep her. And that's where the shift happens. You're no longer being loved for who you are. You're being accepted for who you're becoming. And that version of you, he's quieter, softer, less real. At some point, your world starts shrinking. Your friends don't see you as much. Your hobbies feel less important. Your goals get pushed to later. Because she becomes the center. Her mood defines your day. Her attention defines your worth. Her presence becomes your peace. And without realizing it, you build your entire identity around her existence. This is where it gets dangerous. Because when a man loses himself in love, he doesn't feel lost, he feels devoted. You start calling it loyalty. You say things like, I'd do anything for her. She means everything to me. I don't care about anything else. And people around you might even admire it. They might say you're a good man. But deep down, there's a quiet discomfort you can't explain. Because somewhere along the way, you stopped recognizing yourself. You don't remember the last time you did something just for you. You don't remember the last time you spoke without overthinking. You don't remember the man you were before her. And if someone asked you, who are you outside of this relationship? You wouldn't have an answer. That's the cost no one talks about. Not heartbreak, not rejection, but erasure. And the most painful part? She doesn't even realize it. Because from her perspective, you're just becoming more loving, more attentive, more committed. She doesn't see the pieces of you disappearing because you never showed her what you were losing. And here's where it gets even harder. The more you lose yourself and the less attractive you become, not because you're not enough, but because you're no longer you. The man she was drawn to, the one with opinions, boundaries, direction, he's fading. And in his place is someone who agrees too much, compromises too quickly, and exists only to maintain the relationship. And people don't fall in love with someone who has no center. They fall in love with someone who has one, so now you're stuck in a quiet paradox. You gave everything to keep her, and in doing that you slowly became someone she doesn't feel the same about anymore. And when she pulls away, you panic. Because now it's not just about losing her. It's about losing the only identity you have left. You try harder, you give more, you fix more, you sacrifice even deeper. But it doesn't work. Because you're trying to hold on to her with a version of yourself that no longer exists, and then one day, it ends. And suddenly, you're alone. But it's not just loneliness. It's emptiness. Because when she leaves, she doesn't just take the relationship with her. She takes the version of you that you built around her. And now you're left with a question that hits harder than the breakup itself. Who am I without her? That question is where most men break. But it's also where real transformation begins. Because here's the truth. Love didn't erase you. You abandoned yourself in the name of love. And that's not something to feel ashamed of. It's something to understand. You weren't weak. You were just never taught where love ends and self-respect begins. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. It doesn't require you to shrink, filter, or silence yourself. It doesn't reward you for losing your identity. Real love meets you where you are, and it respects who you already are. But to experience that kind of love, you have to rebuild something first. Yourself. You have to go back to the man you were, before you started seeking approval, before you started editing your truth, before you believed that love had to be earned through sacrifice. Start small. Say what you actually think. Do something just because you want to. Spend time alone without needing distraction. It's going to feel uncomfortable, because you're not used to being your own center anymore. But slowly, piece by piece, as you start coming back, your voice gets clearer, your decisions get stronger, your presence feels real again. And something powerful happens when you rebuild your identity. You stop chasing love and you start choosing it. Because now, you don't need someone to complete you. You want someone who complements you. And that changes everything. You stop over-giving. You stop over-explaining. You stop abandoning yourself just to keep someone else. And ironically, that's when you become more attractive than ever. Not because you're trying to be, but because you're finally being yourself. So if you feel like love has erased you, it didn't. You're still there, just buried under everything you gave away. And the moment you decide to come back to yourself, that's the moment everything changes, because love should never cost you your identity. And the right person will never ask you to lose it.